Day 10 begins our first day of Unit 2, where we're going to be looking at applications of the linear equations that we learned in the last unit. So first let's talk about some general strategies that you can do when you're setting up a short story type of problem. First thing that you want to do is read carefully the problem from beginning to end. And as you're reading through it, start to recognize information in that problem that might be giving you a clue about the numbers you're going to use or the operations that you're going to use. You also want to keep a lookout for the question that you're being asked to answer. So that's going to be your first step. Your second step is finding that question. Identify question, and then there may be more than one, so it could be questions to answer. So are they asking you to find the height of something, or the length of something, or the number of people? Figure out what the question is. This is usually found at the end of the story, almost always. The next thing that you need to do is define a variable. So decide what letter you're going to use as your variable and what that letter is standing for. Is it standing for the shorter length or the longer length? The number of boys or the number of girls? The number of feet or the number of inches? So based on what question is being asked, you're going to choose a letter for your variable and define what that variable stands for. Then you want to read the problem a second time to eliminate extra information. Oftentimes a story problem gives you a lot of other information that's really not necessary for solving the problem. So see if you can find any of that information and get rid of it. Your next step will be to translate to numbers, variables, and operators. So what words in the story problem are numbers, which ones are the variables you're trying to find, and what are the operations that you're going to perform? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, things like that. Okay, your next step is to write and solve an equation. And then the final step, check your answer with original story. So it's not just a matter of taking the answer that you got and putting it back into your equation, because if the error you made happened somewhere up here in these first 5 steps, all you'll be doing is proving that you found the right answer to the wrong problem. So you always want to check your answer back with the original story. So there's something that I want you to notice about this. The only step in this 7-step process that we've done so far is this one. So many people think that story problems are really hard, and most of the reasons I think people struggle with them is that they try to skip all of these first 5 steps and go straight to writing and solving an equation, and then are frustrated when they don't know what that equation should be. They also feel that solving story problems shouldn't take any longer than solving a problem that doesn't have a context, which also, when you've gone from 1 step to 7 steps, is obviously not going to be the case either. So please be patient with your story problems, follow these steps, and I think you'll find that will help you be successful. So let's look at a problem.